Hey guys, Amber from the Vault here, back with another Fallout 4 settlement. Now guys, this was actually requested by Eddie Sweets over on Twitter. He asked if I could do a settlement build for Echo Lake Lumber. Now let me show you real quick. This is what I currently have. I haven't really done a lot with this settlement. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do not like the Far Harbor settlements. I've never really enjoyed them. I don't like the fog. I don't like building over here. I'm not sure what it is. I just never really found it that fun to build. I think it's also because I couldn't scrap these buildings back in the day. Now I have a mod and you can see it's actually giving me the option to get rid of this stuff. That's because I have the mod Scrap That Commonwealth. That is super helpful when I'm building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a complete rebuild on this area so you guys will actually be able to see what I end up doing with it. I'm still going to continue showing you what I've already done. So this is that basement area. There's nothing in here, so I'm going to go ahead and come out. You can see I have tons of settlers here that have never been assigned to anything, so I'm definitely going to have plenty of settlers. I have 18 here, so I need to work on that. So I did throw some water out here. I just randomly threw the pillory up there. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to come back this way. Sorry, I'm being a little erratic in this video. Oh, come on. Jump, Amber. Come on. Come on, girl. Okay, never mind. We'll go around. Sorry about that. See my quick cornfield here. What I might also do is get a mod, guys, to get rid of that fog. I hate the fog in Far Harbor. I think that's one of the reasons I don't like building here. I just feel like it's so gloomy all the time. I guess I could put up more fog condensers, but I don't know if that really does anything. So that's the extent of the build, guys. There's just one more thing out here. We have the Brahman, and then real quick I can show you just the entrance. It's the only other thing I really have up here, guys. So I haven't put a whole lot in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do a complete rebuild on this one. Again, I have Scrap That Commonwealth as well as Scrap That Settlement installed, so I'll be able to get rid of all kinds of stuff that ordinarily you're not able to get rid of in the base PlayStation 4 game. You can see here I'm actually removing some planks that were put over the windows. So I'm going to go ahead and get back into it, guys. I will see you back in just a second. Here we go. The new Echo Lake Lumber. The first thing you're going to notice, I got rid of that building. So we're going to go ahead and see that in just a second. First, what we're going to do, though, is check out this area. So you'll see I have my no feeding the bear signs. You'll see why later. So we have just a little bit of a checkpoint here for our individuals who are coming in and out. There's my warning that there is a bear. We're going to go ahead and go inside here. So what I did, if you remember, this building was actually closed off. You can delete it if you have Scrap That Settlement, Scrap That Commonwealth. I'm not sure which one actually affects this. But I was able to remove all of the pieces from the windows so you can still see in. And I turned this into my generator room. I probably don't need 2 generators, but you never can be too careful. So when I come out here, we're going to go ahead and see coming off the back here. This is the back of where we just were. So there. Alright, so we're going to come out, and the first thing, like I said, you're going to notice is that I completely removed the building that used to be there. We're not going to go there quite yet. We're going to go in a circle, but I'm pretty excited because I built a new building, and I'm really loving it. I love the new building. So the first area we go into, this is going to be kind of the workshop area. I didn't label this one just because I figure it's a workshop area. No one needs to know what's here. So we're going to go ahead and go inside, and this is where I have my scrappers. So all of my scavengers are going to be in here. I built just a little bit of crazy ambiance in here, just threw a bunch of junk in. I like doing that with different areas, especially when I'm doing scavenging areas, just because I think it's kind of cool. Gives it a little bit more of a feeling. Come around here. So we're going to go ahead and come out this front door. There are 2 doors in here, and the reason why is sometimes my scavengers tend to walk into each other a lot, and I didn't want them to get stuck next to each other. And then we'll come over by the farm area. So remember that area right over there past this? That is not part of this settlement, so this is actually the border. So here's that farming area. Now this area isn't good for a fence. It's actually not even good to place crops in, really, because it's so hilly, but it worked out all right. What I did is I took fence sections and I just kind of plopped them down, and they were a little bit sporadic, but they actually ended up kind of cool. I kind of like the look of them, and again, that's something that was unlocked with unlocked settlement objects. I use that quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go inside the big building now. So I'm going to go in through the front. You can see my kitties out here. We're going to go in through the front. Now this is the research and the kind of dormitory area. I'll show you when we get in here. So the first thing we have is we have our checkpoint. I always like to do one of those. Just a little seating area. And then this is the reason I call it research. You could also call it workshop. This is where I have a whole bunch of my armor benches, those types of things, so that you can build. Now this is an invisible rug for the caravan. This is where my caravan would come. They're not here right now, but you can see I have the caravan sign. So we're going to go ahead and go down the stairs here. Now this is the original foundation that was built for this building. I didn't change any of that. All I did was take down all of the walls. So here is why it says bear, and I'm not sure how my bear got into this building, but he did. He's having a lot of trouble getting out, but that's all right. We have another checkpoint over there. And of course I dress all my guards up as Minutemen, being that we are the Minutemen. So we're going to have a couple more of our benches down here and just some scattered stuff on here. I didn't do as much decorating as I normally would if this was a settlement that I was super getting detailed into, and the reason why is because as it is, this took me 4 days to build, and I don't have that much free time, so I had to calm down at some point. So after the fourth day, I decided, you know, I probably should just go ahead and show this settlement off. So we're going to come over here. And one thing I will say real quick, I do have my Pip-Boy light on. This just so you guys can see things a little better.
People only got the clothes on their back here.
And this one comes out right over here next to my farm. Oh, look, the bear got out. There's nothing in the back here, so I'm going to go ahead and go upstairs now. So let's go ahead and run upstairs. And again, this was all custom built, this house is. The only thing I left was the foundation. But it worked out really well. So I threw some different decorations in here. This has become a problem. I've noticed I have a choke point here. Let's see if we can jump over these guys. There we go. So here's the residential part. Some random magazines. And this is where we're going to get the individual apartments. I like doing I usually like to build individual houses. So like I would build near the clinic, or in the clinic I would build a special apartment for the doctor there. I would build a special apartment near the near the farm fields. I would do that. This one didn't really work that way. I didn't have enough room in this to really worry about making a lot of individual areas. So what I did instead is I used the top of this building, since it was a large building and I knew I was already going to make it, in order to put this in. Oh, my tree clipped in there. Sorry about that. So I made individual little apartments. We'll go in apartment 4 now. And that rug right there, the reason why I didn't use the invisible version, that actually is a, so it's a dummy bed, and then that rug is for an elevated sleeping mat. So what it does is it makes it look like the person is sleeping on that bed frame. And that's why I put the crazy Pikmin pictures in there, just to make it look like it was some weirdo. And then just other little things in here, little details. Like I said, I normally would put a lot more details in here. The only reason I didn't is because I didn't want to spend... Ooh, McCready just teleported. I didn't want to spend too much more time on this. It was already taking me a long time as it was. So this couch underneath it has, and you can't see it because it's invisible, has another one of those raised bed platforms, so someone can actually sleep on that, and it looks like they're sleeping on the couch. There's another one of those raised bed platforms right there. And then we have a bunk bed. And then going into the last one up here, which is room 8. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and leave here totally. I know you guys can see that other area there. We're not going to go in because I want to show you what it looks like from outside. So first let's hit our Brahman real quick. I added some extra grass in here. So this is our Brahman, and this is what that area looks like. So when you come out, you're going to see that it kind of leads to a little walkway. You can see Mac running up and down there. So that's the walkway to the other part of the residential building. So I'm going to go ahead and go up these back stairs. And this is that door we were seeing earlier. We're going to go ahead and come up this way. Now, one thing I did with this, you can see that there is a lot of different little shops around. I tried to make this kind of condensed as possible, since this is, it's a large area, but it's a small area once you put a large building in it. And I just really didn't want to get rid of that foundation. There's certain parts of it that you can't really delete. If you do, it just kind of glitches the game and it looks really weird. So that's why I went ahead and kept that and built one giant building. Oh, I got another one clipping in. Sorry about that, guys. So just some more areas, a couple bunk beds in here. This is the other half of that residential building slash research building. Another one here. And that's not actually, these are not sleepable sofas. Those are just sofas. Just threw them in for a little extra decoration. And of course, as always, all of them are numbered. So you come out this door, and that is right under that bridge that we were seeing earlier. I like that just because it gives multiple ways for someone to get from each building. When I realized that there was a choke point on those stairs right there inside the main building, that's when I built the side stairs and also built stairs inside of that building, just to kind of give you more options to move. I originally wasn't going to build that building, but I really wanted to do something with a kind of a bridge. One thing I like about this bridge, though, if I can... I'll see if I can get up here. So I had trouble connecting them since they were at different levels. What I was able to do is just stick a little step up here. No one has a problem walking on it. All of my settlers handle it just fine. So I thought that worked out pretty good. So this is going to be my armor and gun store. Unfortunately, this does not have a neon sign outside. The reason why is I actually ran out of room. I'm surprised. It turns out that the settlement mod or settlement limit mod that removes it doesn't work in Far Harbor for some reason. So I'm gonna have to go and see if I can get another one that's a little bit more updated. But this is my armor and weapon store. Clear, or I should say invisible rug there for the tier 3. You can see I just did, again, a little bit of decorating in here. Not too much. Then we have our like statues. A little more armor. Then our armor salesman.
Every day, another harborman leaves the
more armor. Alright, so we'll go ahead and leave this here. This is obviously that gun shop as well as the armor shop. So we're going to go into the clothing store next with a sale going on. And in here I tried to do just a little scene. I thought it was kind of cute to do little scenes. So this is the first one obviously being kind of a summer pre-war scene. And then we have kind of the office pre-war scene. And then the at home. And I don't know, I kind of had a lot of fun with this. I thought it was pretty fun, especially putting in the little details. It was something I really enjoyed doing. So I really like this. I like this settlement to build on. You know, I'm really actually happy that Eddie suggested that I did it. I'm happy I did. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And as we come around the corner, we're going to leave the clothing store and go into the salon. Now, I always like doing a salon. Ever since these have been introduced, I think they're kind of fun. So I like to build a little waiting area. Unfortunately, I didn't have an extra copy of, and I can't remember what it's called now, the Hair magazine. I didn't have an extra copy, so I couldn't put it in here. Normally, I try to. So we'll run in, I'll show you the outside real quick. Sorry about that. Run into the clinic real quick, and as we run into the clinic, we're going to see right away, I always kind of show off a few chems. Those are all placed with the OCD decorator. And then we have our doctor here. Come around the corner, we have our surgeon. And then we have some individual bedrooms.
Adam has any chance?
So these, of course, are supposed to be like the medical wards. They don't really work that way, obviously. I do have settlers who end up sleeping in them, but that's quite all right. It just adds an extra one to the settlement. It's kind of a good thing. So here's my food stall. You'll notice this is the only one that's more of a stall rather than being an actual enclosed building. So this one does not have a door frame. But I do have someone who works up here.
By.
And it's pretty packed up with different things you can buy. We're going to ignore the trader for a second, and that's because, real quick, we're going to come out to where you would eat your food. It's designed to be kind of a picnic area. That was the idea I was going for, making this more of a fun, picnicky area, throwing some picnic tables down, a few chairs. You can still continue on here so that you can keep going with the oh my gosh, what's it called here? The walkway. And then if you go up, you can still hit the walkway here. Not that it does you much good, because it only takes you and ends here and comes back through here. Doesn't help too much, but it's still there. They added some planks where they were missing. Alright, so now let's go back to the trader. Now the trader is a little different. This is built in kind of a boxcar style. I'm going to close the door so we can see it a little better here. So again, just, you know, putting a little bit of decoration in there. I definitely could have done a lot more decorating. It's something I could have spent a lot more time on. The only reason I didn't, like I said before, guys, this already took me 4 days as it was, so I didn't want to spend too much time on it. I wouldn't be able to get any other videos done. So that's the main part. So that's it, guys. That is the entire Echo Lake Lumber settlement. That is the rebuild. Now, if you guys are interested in doing a rebuild yourself, I would highly, highly suggest that you have unlock settlement objects installed so that you can have all of those different settlement objects, but also to have Scrap That Commonwealth as well as Scrap That Settlement installed. Scrap That Commonwealth lets you get rid of a lot of things that Scrap That Settlement doesn't, and I absolutely used it for this one. And I really think it turned out really well. I liked building upon that existing foundation and kind of connecting my connecting all of my buildings together was kind of fun. It was definitely more fun than a lot of the different settlements I've built at lately. And this is an in-game settlement with the DLC. So I highly recommend doing a build here if you're interested in building. Hopefully you guys found that fun. If you did like this video though, please like, comment, and subscribe. Not only does it mean the world to me, guys, it helps other people see the videos, and I really do appreciate it. If you want to subscribe to my channel, go ahead and click on the picture of my big dumb face, and you can check out more of my Fallout 4 videos. Should be a playlist on your screen appearing right about now. If you're interested in checking those out, please do. A lot of fun. I do Fallout videos every Friday and every Monday. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.